Hello again, everyone on YouTube. I'm back with yet another video. Like I said, I've been spending quite a bit lately on Blu-rays. This video is going to focus on my recent Barnes & Noble's purchases. As you know, Barnes & Noble at the moment is currently having a 50% off Criterion sale. So I've made quite a large haul on that. But prior to that, they were also having a buy two get one free sale. So I decided to take advantage of that as well. So I'm going to start off with that particular sale, you know, the buy two get one sale. And from that sale, I bought Alfred Hitchcock's The 39 Steps Criterion Blu-ray. It's Hitchcock. There's not much more to say than that. It has the reasoning behind me actually picking this disc up. You know, that's a hell of a combination. Hitchcock and Criterion. You know, something you can't go wrong with. You know, it's a typical Criterion disc. Released in 1935. It's spine number 56. So I think maybe later on I'll end up doing maybe an unboxing video about this one. The other one that I bought, another Criterion, was Shallow Grave. Danny Boyle. I've become a very big fan of this guy. You know, 28 Days Later, Slumdog Millionaire, Sunshine. I just think the guy's a hell of a director. He's one hell of an incredible filmmaker. So, you know, chance to get this, you know, came about and I just couldn't pass it up. It was released in 1994. Spine number 616. So, let's see. And the other one, the free disc I got out of that buy two get one free, was a TV show that I am truly in love with. You know, this is, to me, why television was invented, this particular show, and that is Sherlock. This is season 2, you know, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. I love Martin Freeman from the BBC version of The Office, as well as Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Cumberbatch, of course, I think most recently, you know, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, War Horse. He's the villain in the next Star Trek movie, so that's a hell of a combination. You know, J.J. Abrams directing, a fantastic actor as a villain. And again, I love this show. You know, one of my all-time favorite characters, and this is one hell of a fantastic take on the character, both Sherlock and Watson. So this is season 2. I am begging people, if you haven't seen this, please, please, please check this out. What it says right there. Masterpiece. This is a true masterpiece. Please, watch this show. I give you my word, you'll love it. So that handles the buy two get one free. Now, the next things I'm going to be showing you are my 8, yes, that's right, 8 Criterions I've picked up so far from the 50% off sale. All during the first week. Actually, all during the very first 3 days of the sale. I've picked up 8 Blu-rays. So, I may need to check myself in for some sort of, you know, addiction. I don't know. But, anyway, let's get started. Finally picked up Bottle Rocket. It's Wes Anderson's first movie. Still love this movie. This is, you know, I'm a very big Wes Anderson fan. To me, the guy can do no wrong. I love his new one. If you haven't seen it, Moonrise Kingdom. Mine went blank. I'm old, so forgive me. You know, old people lose their memory from time to time, but Moonrise Kingdom. If it's playing near you, go see it. And if you're interested in the Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble, and you don't have this in your collection, and you even just remotely like Wes Anderson, add this one to your collection, as well as Rushmore. I bought Rushmore, I guess, last year, in the last Criterion sale at the end of last year. So, but yeah, get this. You know, it's this particular version is, as you see, director approved. So that shows you that he actually had some input into both the video, the audio, the features. So get this. It's a 1996 release, and it's spine number 450. Sorry, you can't see that well. I'm still getting, you know, eventually I'm going to get better at this video thing. But next one, from yet another one of my favorite directors. This is Stanley Kubrick, The Killing. You know, this is from the very beginning of Kubrick's career. You know, crime thriller. You know, but being Stanley Kubrick, not your ordinary crime thriller, not the ordinary way of telling it. You know, what can I say? It was a true shame when he passed away. I mean, the world lost one of the true talents as far as filmmaking goes, and I'll be honest, I still don't think people realize exactly how great this man was. So I'm hoping, as you know, time goes by, you know, more and more people understand and realize his greatness, you know, and come to truly appreciate what he gave us as far as filmmaking goes. This was a 1956 release, spine number 575. "12 Angry Men." I've been wanting this one for a while. I love Henry Fonda. You know, My Darling Clementine is one of my all-time favorite westerns. The Oxbow Incident, another great movie. Hell, even on Golden Pond, you know, I still remember watching that as a kid. So yeah, and I honestly remember watching this movie as a kid. I never saw the remake that Showtime did a few years ago, and I more than likely never will, because I seriously doubt it can even come close to touching this just perfect movie. You know, the typical story, 12 Angry Men, just about 12 jurors sitting around in the jury room. Pretty much 11 of the jurors, you know, they decide to convict this young ethnic kid of a crime that he may or may not have committed, and there's always this one holdout who just doesn't, you know, believe that he's actually guilty. This is you know, a movie that still holds up today. You know, this let's see here, 1957. So you know, that's wow, it's 55 years ago. This movie still holds up. Has just truly great filmmaking. Like I said, it came out 57. This is spine number 591. So definitely something very worthy in anyone's collection. Being John Malkovich. I don't know what else there's really to say about this. I think most people are familiar with Being John Malkovich. It is definitely classic, and it is a very creative approach to making a movie. I love this entire cast. You know, I really don't think John Cusack gets enough of credit for being a really fine actor. You know, unfortunately, you know, doing things like 2012 or Hot Tub Time Machine, which is actually an underrated movie. You know, people just don't realize how good of an actor this guy is. You know, of course, Catherine Keener got the Academy Award nomination for supporting actor for this movie. It's, to be honest, whereas this movie is where I first developed my crush for her. I think she's cute and very talented. So Spike Jonze, you know, man's a good director. You know, I remember him from making music videos for Weezer. You know, it's amazing. He, graduated from music videos to just making some very creative, near perfect feature films. So something else that someone should really add to their collection, especially, like I said, 50% off. This is 1999, spine number 611. Harold and Maude. This is a Hal Ashby film. This is definitely the true definition of a black comedy, and, in which we meet a young man by the name of Harold who seems to be obsessed with death, specifically his own death. Meets an older lady who is pretty much about the same way. You know, she's older. You know, she doesn't have much time left on Earth, and so, you know, she just has this carefree attitude, just to believe in living life to the fullest, no matter what happens. These two strike up in a very, shall we say, unusual bond, and the result is a fantastic film from the 1970s. You know, the 70s were a great era. You know, and this is a fine film. Directed by Hal Ashby. 1971 was when it was released. Spine number 608. So another one you should, like I say, in my opinion, you should consider getting. Next, Belle de Jour. This is starring the very beautiful and very talented Catherine Deneuve. You know, who's actually still incredibly beautiful today. You know, this is a movie that's more than 40 years old, and this woman is still, just to me, drop dead gorgeous. Like I say, this was 1967, so this movie and its themes were considered a little risque back in those days, and there would probably be some who would probably consider it a little risque and edgy by today's standards as well. But it's another movie that's, you know, I think plays well today. Something else, you know, may want to consider. You can rent it, you know, rent it first. But it's one I saw this back when I was in college. Like I say, took a film class while I was in college, and this title came up. Decided to check it out, you know, rented it. Loved it, you know. It's one of the very first foreign language movies I ever saw. So, but yeah, loved it then, loved it now. So, very happy to finally have it in my collection. Once again, came out 1967. Spine number 593. So, next, A Night to Remember. Yes, folks, there was a movie about the Titanic sinking prior to that, you know, 3+ hour epic that James Cameron made, and this was it. This is at least one of them, anyway. There's, you know, not much else to say about the event that this is chronicling. I think everybody knows about the Titanic. You know about that sinking, you know, the unsinkable ship that, guess what? It actually sank. Go figure, huh? But But yes, this is another, like I said, it's another classic film. I mean, this came out in 1958, and even it was just over 2 hours. This is one I've actually opened. Once again, when I bought it, the disc was loose, so I, had to open it to make sure it was okay and not scratched up. I apologize if I'm constantly, looking away every once in a while. I've got a movie playing at the moment. I'm currently have Psycho playing. So that's why I'm occasionally looking away from the screen, whenever it's playing, I'll look over. But anyway, like I say, I opened up Psycho. Opened up A Night to Remember. It's a typical Criterion release. Got a nice booklet. We got our front there. I don't know if you can see that. Great Titanic sinks, more than 1,500 lost. 166 women and children known to be saved. Scores of notables not accounted for. That was the actual headline of a newspaper. Got the chapter listings there. We've got an article throughout the book. That's the disc art. Night to Remember with the Criterion C. And if you may have noticed, we have actual inside art. And the inside art is of, the band playing. There's always this thing that the band played on as the ship sank. So that's the image that they've given us here as for the inside cover art. So, as usual, everything about Criterion is always perfect, and this appears to be no exception. So, fantastic to add into the collection. A Night to Remember, say released in 1958, spine number 7. And the final one that I got from this sale so far, like I said, I've still got several more weeks, so I'm pretty sure I'll be adding, a few more titles. But the last one I added this week, the foreign language film, Koroniko. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I doubt I did, because I don't speak Japanese. So I apologize for butchering that. This is, I guess, a ghost story is the best way to put this. I really don't know how else to put it. Takes place during the, during the time of, feudal Japan. It's during war. Like I say, and it more or less involves, like I say, a ghost. You can almost call it a horror movie, or a slight horror tale. I love Japanese filmmaking, at least from this time period. The 60s, 50s and 60s. What little bit I've seen today, I've also enjoyed, but anything from about this time period I truly have enjoyed. I've never seen this, I'll be honest with you. This is one just truly sight unseen. I just read the review on Blu-ray.com and read the user reviews. No one had anything negative to say about it. It looked like a great movie, like a fantastic disc. I figured, again, at 50% off, what's the true harm? So I decided to take a chance on it. Looking forward to checking it out. But I don't really have much more to say about it, other, besides, what's here on the back. Something that anyone can read for themselves. If you go to Barnes & Noble's and look at it, or go online to barnesnoble.com and read the description. So hopefully I will be checking this out soon, and maybe then I'll make another video and talk about it. But this is a 1968 release, and spine number 584. So that is it for all, like I say, all my recent Barnes & Noble purchases, from both their buy two get one sale and their current Criterion and Art House 50% off sale. Happy to have all those in my collection. I don't know what else more there is to say. Once again, for those few people who will probably watch this video, please either like or dislike the video, and please feel free to leave any comments. Once again, either tell me why you liked it or why you disliked the video. So hope to be seeing you again here soon. Like I said, I've got another rather large stack of Blu-rays I need to talk about that I've just recently received over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I'll probably be making at least 1 or 2 more videos this weekend to post up here. So again, thank you for your time, and take care.